pero es espectacular, ojalá fuera siempre, siempre así. Así que déjenme compartir la pantalla. Lo que sí me pide confirmación porque estoy del celular, por favor. Si es que ven la pantalla.
Vamos a hacer el mapeo de los cuantos sale.
Melisbi, ¿me confirma? ¿Se ve la pantalla?
Ángel y
Sí,
Julián.
¿Sí?
sí.
Ya, bueno. Como les decía, el puntaje de ayer fue espectacular porque fue un puntaje total grupal de 18.707 puntos, en donde en el top 3 tenemos en el tercer lugar al grupo 4 con 2.585 puntos. Felicidades al grupo 16 con 3.023 puntos y el grupo 10 con 5.002 puntos. Así que felicidades a esos tres equipos por el gran puntaje de ayer y a todos los demás que también reportaron. Hubieron solo 3 grupos que no reportaron el día de ayer. Y en el top personal tenemos a Diana García con 1.624 puntos. Felicidades, Diana. A la Angie Álvarez con 2.000 puntos el día de ayer. Y a Susana López del grupo 10 con 2.300 como primer lugar. Así que felicidades, chicas, también por esos grandes puntajes. Y no sé si alguna de ellas no sé si están ahora reportando cómo hicieron el puntaje final del día de ayer, pero esas serían las estadísticas del cierre de semestre del 30 de junio.
Sí,
y felicidades a todos los grupos.
Si Susana está y nos pueda compartir.
Algún tipo de detentor que pudiste encontrar acá, porque sabíamos también que él estaba muy interesado en...
Bueno, si no, Susana, ¿era quién? ¿Cami?
Si no, podría ser la Angie, que sacó segundo lugar con 2.000 puntos.
Buenísimo.
Del grupo 18.
Buenos días. Bueno, estoy muy feliz, la verdad, y agradecida con ese puntaje de ayer. ¿Cómo lo hice? Tuve 6 estrategias, ¿sí? La primera fueron listas de difusión de Well Spa. O sea, a todo el mundo le empecé a enviar. ¿Yo qué hice? Cuando supe que era del 27 al 30, yo estaba por allá en un pueblito, me llevé la Well Spa y fui muy intencional. Hice todas las historias en el primer día, en varias locaciones, en varias partes, hasta en vestido de baño me destapé. Hasta por ahí Ninoska me dijo que le enviara el video, que el cuerpazo del año, me reí, yo le dije, bueno, o sea que no lo hice mal. Entonces hice cosas extravagantes como las promociones y los empecé a colocar y me di cuenta que hasta José Urban había hecho, tenía la misma idea y decía, hoy es el día 1, pues yo hice todas las historias, hoy es el día 2 y tú aún no tienes tu Well Spa en la mano. Ojo, son solamente 700 unidades disponibles de este hermoso dispositivo que yo sí tengo y tú no, o cosas así que, o sea, fue una emoción. A mí me ardía así como hacer la historia. Entonces, listas de difusión. Se cansaron este fin de semana de enviar, yo cada hora envié un video, cada hora. Yo dije, el que me bloquee, pues que me bloquee, no me importa. 2, lista de difusión de Lumi Spa. O sea, hice lista de difusión para Well, lista de difusión de Lumi Spa con los interesados, obviamente que algún día me han preguntado en estos 5 años. 3, hice también una lista de difusión de colágeno, que yo pues las tengo hace años, pero empecé 1 a 1 con esos de las listas de difusión con colágeno. De ahí salieron personas. 4, productos sueltos, interesados en productos sueltos. Les dije que todavía habían promociones de extravaganza. Me tocó, pero bueno. 5, personas que quieran hacer el negocio, llamarlas para que entraran con Well Spa. Entonces, hola, ¿cómo estás? Mira, tú me dijiste que querías hacer el negocio, este es el momento de hacer el negocio. Mira esta máquina con este precio y ya tú estás afiliado. O sea, ¿cómo es posible que usted deje pasar esta cosa? Hice esto, bueno, lo de las historias. Pero sobre todo, por ahí se abrió un micrófono, pero ante todo, la emoción.
Ya
O sea,
comiste.
yo me vestí de emoción, yo me vestí de Angie Álvarez, yo me empoderé, o sea, yo lo visualicé y yo ayer anoche me hacían falta unos puntos para lograr 4.000 puntos y yo dije, Dios mío, yo lo voy a lograr, se lo decía a mis hijos, yo salí a la cocina y me temblaban las piernas, me temblaba todo. Yo decía, Dios mío, me hacen falta todavía vender al menos 2 kits de Well. Dije yo lo tengo que lograr, yo lo tengo que hacer. ¿Y qué hacemos? No, mandemos otra historia. Y a las 11:59 una persona me mandó plata, es que para un 40 puntos para un gel de body serum, de algo así. Y amigas, con eso cerré. Entonces, de verdad que esta soy yo y estoy muy feliz de volverme a encontrar. Y amo la Angie Álvarez que soy. Y a veces me pierdo, pero cuando me encuentro, uy, Dios mío, esta soy. Contagio a todos. Un
Excelente.
abrazo para todos.
Bueno, muchos corazones, muchos cohetes, muchas celebraciones para Angie, para todas las personas que hicieron estos puntajes increíbles, espectacular, felicitaciones. Y hoy tenemos un súper invitado que hace rato no nos habla y nos va a hablar de prospección. Para esto nos toca cambiarnos de cuartico y entonces todos los que hablamos español y necesitan traducción, porque hoy va a ser en inglés, se van para el cuartico y se salen del cuartico los que hablan inglés, por favor. Y quiero presentar el día de hoy a uno de nuestros personajes más queridos, nuestro gran líder espectacular, que definitivamente nos han mostrado un camino muy interesante durante tantos años y han sido ejemplo para todos nosotros de crecimiento, de prospección, de liderazgo, ejemplo de amor para mí. Steve Juan es una de las personas que de verdad em, que yo siento que me entusiasma seguirlo. O sea, ese es Steve. Entonces, súper bienvenido, Steve, al día de hoy.
Great. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Lisby. And I want to say happy
He's
birthday
my friend.
to Lily and also Maka. So happy birthday, guys. Well, so very excited to be here with you guys today to talk about prospecting. Okay. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know. Okay. So we started a new boot camp. So first of all, congratulations on last month, on the closing of last month, and the amazing success. Okay, with I think Diana, with Angie, and with Susie, with so many points, right? 2,000 points in like wow, that was great in one day, or 2,300 points in one day. So I'm just curious, like, can you now? How did you guys do that? And is that possible to do that every day, or at least every other day, or every 3 days? So if you can do that in one day, why not do it every day, or every 2 days, or every 3 days? Can you imagine, Angie, if you were doing 2,000 points every day? That's 30, that would be 60,000 points in a month. And if you do it every other day, right, that would be 30,000 points. Every 3 days, how much would that be, right? That'd be 15,000 points in one month. So it is absolutely possible. You guys have this ability, but why? Why did it happen? Okay, that's what we're going to prospecting, and I'll talk about that as well. Like what caused you guys to do that? Okay, that's the exciting part. Now, so before we get started, this is the new boot camp, so welcome. We have some new people in the boot camp, okay? And our boot camp's 3 months commitment, okay? But every month you need to reset your goals. So if you haven't written in the agreement yet, you need to go fill out the agreement today, okay? We have until by the 3rd, so in 2 more days, you need to have all that written out to be in the boot camp and on the call. Now, you notice something new. So starting today, or actually starting tomorrow, today is kind of just letting people know. Okay, you need to be on the call before, like by 8 a.m. Los Angeles, or let's say we'll go by Miami time, 11 a.m. Miami every day. If you're not on the call here, you won't be let into the bootcamp call. Okay, so just want to let you know, starting tomorrow, if you come on after 11 a.m. Miami time, okay, 11:01 Miami time, okay, 11:01 Miami time when you come in, you're going to be stuck in the waiting room for the rest of it because nobody's going to be let in. Okay, so let your team know, leaders, make sure your team members know, and people, you just gotta know, because we want to keep this very high integrity, and also like, submitting homework, right? You got to be submit your review and the homework. Okay, that's what we got to do. All right, so those are the simple things to let you know, to what the boot camp is, and what's going to be the change, because we are constantly evolving the boot camp for the next level. Okay, because the more you have in like alignment with each other, the more you'll imagine if all your teams are aligned that way, what's going to happen, and how much you can grow yourself and your business. Okay, so like I said, tomorrow, 8:01, or I mean 11:01 Miami time, you're gonna be in the waiting room, okay? You're gonna be in the waiting room. So come on early. Now, prospecting. Now, I want to kind of go over. So we had a couple people who did a lot of prospecting, and I know I heard Angie share this morning about prospecting, okay? How she was sending out more messages, contacting more people. You know, one of the things with prospecting is it's got to be done like, let me ask you, who has like issues I comes up like, I should be calling this person, I should be calling that person, I should be calling that person. You're like, well, let me wait, or maybe they don't have the money, or maybe it's not the right time, or maybe I gotta do this first and then that first and that first. Who's got that kind of thinking? Anybody? Okay, Angie does. Wow, Angie with 2,000 points in one day. You have that. Silvana, Maka. Okay. Anyone else? Wow, okay, a lot of people. All right, excellent. Okay. So that comes up for me too. Sometimes I'm thinking, well, it's not the right time to call them. Okay. Well, anyways, so we just had a big meeting with the Indian doctors or whatnot, it was under Dr. K. Brenda. They had a huge event. And then so I have some friends who are Indian, and I didn't call them for a while. And I was thinking like, I don't know, is that right time or not? She said, just call them right now, okay? Every one of them in the next 10 minutes. Okay, I said, okay, honey. All right. So I started making all the calls. I started making all the calls. It was a simple message to them, and then I made a call. And a bunch of them replied, and they were so excited about it. It is, yeah, someone said they can come. So what ended up doing was two people said they finally committed. We had three people commit, and two people, well, one of them said, no, I cannot come. I'm going to send my CEO. He runs a company. And then later on, he called me. I couldn't send her because, we're too busy. My other friend called. He's a doctor, and he couldn't show up. He didn't show up. Now my other friend called back, and then I started talking to him. He said, "Yeah, it's last minute. It's a day before, but um, it's gonna be tough for me to get there, but I'll be there." I say, I understand, but can you be here? It's really it will change your life. What we're gonna be launching. He said, yes, it's Friday afternoon, okay, lots of traffic. It's gonna take me over 3 hours to get there, but I'll be there. 3 hours drive. It took them probably close to 3 hour, 3.5 hour drive to get there to the meeting. And he did. He showed up. He's like, okay, let's do this. This is incredible. Let's build this business. Okay. I have a lot of Indian contacts. I have contacts all over the world. The guy does manufacturing. He owns like manufacturing and research plant. They develop products in beauty and in health. So he's like, I love this. I know this. This is great. Let's do it. So the lesson there in prospecting is this, okay? I know you guys have so many more names that you met. Why, like, what's stopping you? Anybody, you can write in the chat, okay? So yeah, it's normal in Mexico City. That's right, So traffic is not a consideration. So if I would have thought, you know what, this guy, he's way too far. He's on the west side of Los Angeles. It's gonna take him 3.5 hours to get here. I'm not gonna call him. He wouldn't be there. That was my only guest that ended up showing up. Okay. But because I made those prospecting calls, so this is the thing that I learned about prospecting is you gotta just make the call. Right. Don't put any consideration. What are some considerations you guys you have in your mind when you're about to call people? put them in the chat, okay? What are some of the things, okay? Like, yeah, the time, right? Like not interested, fear of, what's rechazo, okay? I don't know what that is.
Rejection.
Fear of rejection, okay. Fear of rejection, that's okay, great. So this is an exercise I want you guys to do. And it worked for me. And it works, especially, I have a great partner. I got Sherry as my partner, okay? Sherry's like, she has no consideration of things. She's like, Steve, call them all right now. Okay. I said, okay, well, let me send a message. No, just call them, okay? So I call them all, send a message. You do whatever it takes. Even if it's not the right thing, okay, you're getting in contact. Now, do I have a bunch of follow-up with the people? Yeah, absolutely. I ended up with a bunch of people that are interested in hearing. They go, I don't know what it is, but you know what? Let's talk about this. So we ended up with I had ended up with like 5 more people I'm going to be contacting. So that's prospecting, guys. Okay. Oh yeah, dinner time, drive time. Yeah, make that call. So today, I'm going to give you the homework before we even finish. Today is right after the call, okay? And I want you to set a time. You can either do right after the call, or we after our action part, right? Call those prospects that you're like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna call them, or I want to call them, but I never call them. Take 15 minutes and just call them all, okay? You could end up deleting messages with 90% of them, probably. And that's what happened for me. Okay, 90% of them. And then I send them a text message, a follow-up message. Okay. I don't know. I don't do it. I don't, yeah, exactly. So message them all, because you find when you start that, you're starting the conversation. Everything in this life is about action. So when we talk about prospecting, that's what it comes down to. How fast can I talk to the people? Right? Don't worry if it's the wrong thing. Now, when you do it many times, multiple times, you'll start getting the right actions, what else to say. Okay. And that's going to help you get to wherever you wanted to go. So prospecting, how do I prospect? What are some of the things I do in prospecting? Well, I prospect literally everywhere I go. They talk about the 3 feet rule. Okay, anyone who's 3 feet around you, I tend to do that, but I get in relationship with them. I mean, just the other day, this last Saturday, I went surfing. I came out. When I see people, say hi to them, okay? One of the greatest thing is saying hi to people. I say hi to everybody, okay? Hey, how's it going? Right? Because what kind of people do I want? I want people who are friendly. This is the number one thing about prospecting I know is I'm looking for people who say hi back. So people who are like excited to excited about life. That's the kind of people that I want my team. So you gotta first realize, what is it you want? Well, I want that kind of people. So I exude that. So I'm saying hi to everybody, and it turns out to be like a funnel, right? You see who wants to say hi back. I mean, the guy that's not going to say hi back to you, do you really want them on your team? Maybe. I mean, they might have contacts you can drive to, but I'm looking for the ones that's excited. So I was there. I was talking. Another guy came up. He was surfing, and then we started talking. I said, "Hey, how was it surfing down there?" We start talking, and what happened? End up, he asked me. He said, "Wow, what do you do here? Well, where did you come from?" So those questions always work for me. For me, it's really simple. Hey, are you here on business or are you here on pleasure? Okay. Are you on vacation or are you here for business? That's one of the things I ask people. For him, since we're surfing, I'm not asking that question. I say, so what got you down here? Do you surf here a lot? So everything comes down to our questions, right? We're finding pain, we're finding something. You know, One thing I realize is when I'm looking for pain, like when I'm prospecting, I'm constantly looking for pain. What is it that they're interested in? What is it? How can I solve their problem? So the guy ends up being, he was, he said, yeah, I just moved down here to Orange County and he wanted to, this is great. I said, where'd you come from? LA? So I'm constantly asking those questions, right? Simple questions, and it's very quick, very casual. And you end up saying, yeah, I'm down here. I could go surfing every day. I said, great. You like to surf every day? Yeah, well, I was a trainer. I couldn't do it, all the time. Now I can do that. Now I'm starting to get to the point, right? So the prospecting is simple. Like, we have the statistics, right? To get how many new contacts every day. You can do this constantly, either online or offline, and you can find those people. So I gather these names, and then we send them, right? We send them the information. I ask them, hey, he's interested in, he's like, wow, I told him how my life is. I said, yeah, I'm here from LA now, but I live in Florida. But this gives me, I have a business that allows me to do all of this. He said, oh my gosh, show me what that is. So there you go, right? You ask enough questions so they start reaching out to you. Simple question. Yeah, what do you do? You know, it could be they're surfing. We're not talking specific about business, but it's enough to get them to talk about what he does. Because the more you're interested in people, the more they will talk to you. If you're not interested, they're not going to tell you, right? So constantly asking those questions will get you the data. And then right when you get the data, you can offer, hey, yeah, have you thought about doing, well, the question I always ask is, oh, the one I asked him, he was telling me, yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to have more time to surf, and I put those little things. I said, yeah, wouldn't it be great to be able to surf all the time? I was able to do that. He said, oh my God, that would be great. I said, well, have you figured out a way to do that? Right? Ask them those questions. Those are the questions for prospecting. Have you figured out a way to be able to surf every day? No, I'm a trainer. I have a schedule. I have my control, but I still have a schedule. I have these clients all the time. They come every week. I would love to be able to do that. I said, you haven't tried anything? No. Or they might, like this guy, he actually said, yeah, I started my own business. I was hoping to do that, but I haven't been able to do that yet, but I'm working towards it. I said, well, how are you working towards it? Right? Asking those questions, give me the data. And from there, you offer. Well, if there's a way you can do that, would you be interested? Yeah. Well, how? Okay. Well, here, I'll give you a call. Let's exchange numbers. Here we go. So that's prospecting. Okay. It's very simple, but it takes guts. And then the next thing after prospecting is calling them, the follow-up. Follow-up even more important, but I'm not going to go into follow-up very much today, but I just want to kind of go over the prospecting part. But prospecting works really well if you have a goal. That's why in the boot camp we have a goal, right? So you can go after your prospects. You can go, okay, I have this many people I need to go talk to today. Okay, right? In our agreement, you'll see, right? The the goal is get 10 new contacts a day. It's not easy, okay? But that's a target. And if you can get 10 new contacts, you can get one new contact, two new contact, three new contacts, that will be super helpful. So that's prospecting part. Now, I want to show you something, okay? Where's my what's more important when you're prospecting? Quality or quantity? Put into the chat. What do you guys think? Quality versus quantity. What is more important when you're for building this business and for prospecting? Oh, I see. I see quantity like everywhere. Okay, both. Okay. Yeah, okay. Anything quality? Both. Okay, both. Uh-huh. Mostly, we already learned. You already learned that is many people here have learned, okay? And what's more important from the two is always quantity. Quantity always wins. Okay. Now, who thinks quality is more important? You want to give me an argument why quality is more important than quantity? Okay. There's no wrong answers, but I'm just going to show you what is proven in life. Anybody? No? Okay. Yeah?
Maybe I can say
Yeah, give me
one
some give
why.
me some objections,
Yes,
yeah, or
I
whatever.
will say if I have very good prospects, like very good,
Hmm.
that equality, if I get these people in, uh, it's for me it will be better the quality than the quantity
That's a very
because they are
good point.
very high level prospect.
Definitely. I think I agree with Lisby on that. But one point, okay. I have experienced this myself, and I know a lot of people experience it. They go, you know what? I have a friend. This guy is like the president of a company. What do I need to say? And then, because you just thought about them. And you go, well, I don't know. I'm not sure what to say yet. One day goes by, 1 week goes by, 1 month goes by, 1 year goes by, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You haven't called them. So that's completely no use, right? Now, versus like you say the wrong thing. You call your friend, I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna call my friend. Hey, friend, I got this technology. Okay, you know what? You say all the wrong thing. You say everything. Oh, I have this multi-level business, MLM. No, at least you're in a conversation to start, right? That changes it. Because I'll give you an example. So on my call the other day, okay, every one of those people that I called, they own 3 companies. They do manufacturing. They do like they're investors. They own like a real estate portfolio of uh, like 30 apartments. These are like top guys. I wasn't ready to say say the right thing. I just called them. I said, because it was a doctor's meeting, I said, hey, look, I'm going to introduce you to, a technology with a bunch of doctors. It was just fast and easy. And you'll be surprised how many people, because the most important thing is this. It's not, it's not what you say. You guys agree? Because this, I have seen people, I can give you the right thing to say. We can say the right thing. Like, hey, you know what? We're launching a technology right here into India. Okay. We're launching the business, it's gonna be the first. Now, if you go like this, you call your friend, go, hey, Lisby, yeah, we're launching a new business. It's the best business in the world, I think, and we're gonna do this in India. Would Lisby listen to me? Would Lisby be excited? Lisby, will you be excited?
No, no.
No, why? Why not?
Not
Just say the
energy.
right. No energy.
Not
Hmm.
energy.
So the intention and the energy behind it is more important than the words. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that 100%. The intention and the energy behind it, right, is is a million times more important than the words. Because with the same words, if you say it like that versus like, hey, Lisby, hey, I need to talk to you. We're launching a
Yo
business
tengo
in
eso, pues
India.
me falta
Oh, we have somebody
conocimiento.
talking. Who else? Who else needs to
Sí, mi
be
amor,
muted
sí,
there?
sí. Ya, vale.
Por el
Yeah.
Una
micrófono,
limonada.
Alejandra, si lo puedes apagar, porfa.
Alejandra,
There we go. All right, great. Okay, so you got that, right? Intention and energy is 10 times, is a million times more, I would say a billion times more than exactly what to say. That's why, have you noticed sometime when people start the new skin, they're so excited about the business. They call everybody before you even tell them what to do in the training. And they say all the wrong thing, but people come join. Why? Because of their energy. Because they think this is the greatest thing since the invention of the wheel. And because of that, people join. You ask them, what do you say? I don't know. I said all the wrong things. I told them it's multi-level, whatever. They still came. Okay. So that's more important than what to say. So this is where we come back to quantity over quality. Okay. Because some people want, because I know I've done that. I use quality as an excuse not to talk to people. Hey, if you're saying I want to make it quality, okay, I have some high level people, then figure out what to say in the next 10 minutes. Get yourself 10 minutes to figure that out and do the best of that, and then just go say it to them with energy, with intention that you're going to show them something that can change their lives and they can join you to be one of your big leaders. Right? That's so much more. So always quantity over quality. Now, how do you get quality? Well, after you know, you all of a sudden you call everybody and you might find some people said no, some people said yes, and you're going to get better. And that's how you get better is by continue doing it over and over and over again. Now, you can learn stuff here in the boot camp to speed up your process, but don't wait for the boot camp. Never wait for something else. I realize that whenever I wait, nothing happens. Okay. So, yes, Leslie brought up a great question about high level contacts. So the question I'm asking you is, how long have you waited so far to talk to your high level contacts? And if it's longer than 10 minutes, you need to write down something. You can practice in front of the mirror and just say it with intention and with energy. Okay. So, yeah, let's say, yeah, Lisby, just let me know when you find out. Okay. And then we'll mention it. So prospecting is key, guys. So any question you guys have about that. So remember, prospecting is key to start. That's what starts the whole game. The whole game starts with the prospecting, with calling them, with contacting. A no is fine, okay? No is no, because you're not going to get no yeses on every single one, okay? And then you have the follow up. Follow up is a key to the business. And that's what I found out. Like we said, 5 to 12, after 5 to 12 contacts, 90% will join. And that's the key. So follow. Now, anyone have questions on prospecting? That you run into trouble or whatever you say is not working. Just tell me, what do you say, and then we can go over it.
Steve,
Yeah.
can we share the screen so that we can find out the next success trip live?
You have it already?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on right now.
Okay. So just as we're gonna jump into this. We're gonna show you a picture and why you should go prospect now. Okay. So go ahead.
A couple minutes.
Oh, just when you're ready, when you see it, then when it's
there,
on.
it's there.
So let's turn it off right now. Okay. When you get it, then we share it. Okay. Let's continue. We're not gonna wait for after the announcement, then we do it. So let's do that. Okay, Maka. So
Okay,
now
are you watching it or not?
Yeah, no, let's not watch it. Let's turn it off because
Oh, okay.
let's turn off the screen and let's
Okay.
continue what we're doing.
Okay.
So all we need to know is this, right? We don't need to get you want to get excited, right? When the announcement come, we'll let you know, and you'll know. That's all you need to know, right? We're gonna go here and let's go. So, but let's go over the prospecting. Why prospecting? Okay. I know in our successor things, they're building up excitement so people can learn what successor is. But that's all we need to know is we just know what is it? The destination, and then what do we need to do to get to the destination? So let's do that. Is that okay? All right. So who's got some question? Who has prospecting, who does prospecting and thinks it doesn't work? Yeah, Sandra said no does not mean no. Yeah, it's mean no right now. Yeah. Okay. And sometimes it's timing. So anybody prospecting? Okay. Ninoska. Oh, I think you're muted.
Hola, Steve.
Hola.
El otro día tenía una amiga en México, una gran empresaria, pero no supe invitarla de forma correcta y al final solamente le pedí ayuda ayuda para que me ayudara a promocionar, pero no fui capaz de presentarle el negocio de forma correcta y ahora no sé cómo retomarla.
Okay, so how did you invite me? Okay, I'm that prospect. I'm your friend. And what did you just invite me the way you did it? Or did you send by text?
Sí, le mandé un mensaje de texto que decía, hola amiga, sé que te gusta siempre ayudar a la gente, sé que estás en muchos proyectos, tienes muchas relaciones y me gustaría que me ayudaras a mí para yo poder ayudar a esa gente, pero no le dije más. Entonces ella solamente me preguntó, vale,
Okay.
¿qué puedo hacer para ayudarte?
Oh,
Y ya
great.
está.
Well, so you got a response. And then so what happened after that? What did you say after that? What was your reply? That was good.
Ella me dijo que pues que no tenía mucho tiempo, que yo le pasara publicaciones o algo para ella publicarlo en sus grupos y ya está. Y ahí me quedé congelada.
Oh, got it. You were asking her to send, the way you asked her to help you is to send a post, right? And she's an entrepreneur? Okay, so number one, congratulations for, reaching out to them. Okay, that's number one, right? Quantity over quality. Now we learn, okay, well, maybe that one, it could work or maybe it didn't work with your friend. So how I would approach it with there, if, if I'm asking her for help, if he's an entrepreneur, I would actually, if she said, yeah, I can help, I say, hey, listen, you know what? I would immediately go into finding out the pain, what's happening. Because an entrepreneur, for me, I wouldn't ask him just to post for me. An entrepreneur, I would ask them to, I would find out what they're paying, what's going on with them. Like, this is a question I would ask. If you're my friend, I would say, oh, great, thanks for reaching out and, asking how to help. I was just curious, what are you doing right now? What kind of business are you doing right now? Oh, I'm doing this. I own a business. Great, I know I'm asking you for help, but I wanted to find out how maybe something I can help you as well. What's happening with your business? Oh, my business is blah blah blah. You know, and actually this is a really interesting way to do it. If you have friends who are entrepreneurs, this is how I'd approach it. I say, hey, listen, Minoska, you have a business, right? Yeah, I have a business. Hey, listen, I'm doing a survey. I'm doing a survey amongst all my entrepreneurial friends, about what are some of the successful things in the business and what are some of the challenges in their business. Okay. Can you help me out? Great. Okay, great. Let me send you a survey. What is the most what's the thing you like best about your business? Blah blah blah. Oh, I like this. Okay, what's the most challenging thing you find about your business? Oh, blah blah blah. Why? Oh, well, because of this. Okay, why that? And you immediately find out what's going on. So now I would approach that way. Okay. I'm not saying your way is wrong. Okay. It's great. You got them to respond. Now we can adjust it. Because for me, if I have an entrepreneur like that, I'm gonna approach them about the business. You can get in the post, it can work, and then you can follow up with them. So right now, let's say they're not ready to do the post. Okay. Hey Maka, just let me know when you find the announcement. Okay, and then we'll share it. So we'll share the exciting thing right when you find out from me. Okay. So right when you talk to them, they say no, that's fine. Now you're in communication. Now I would ask them, say, oh, I don't have time. Say, oh, okay, thank you so much. Can I ask you, how's your business? That's another way. How's your business going? Oh, it's going great. Oh, can I ask you a few questions? Because I'm doing a survey, amongst all the business people and finding out some results, and I want to share it back with all my business friends. How to make more money, how they can create more success, and finding out what is the common problems everybody has in the industry in business. Oh yeah, okay. And then you can go into survey question. Hey, what's the best thing you like about the business? What's the advantage of your business? Ask them a few questions. And always come down to, hey, what's the biggest challenge you have in your business? Oh, my biggest challenge is, I have my employees don't work. Okay, well, tell me more about that. Like, why don't they work? Well, because this, they're lazy, whatever it is. Okay, well, why are they lazy? How come? What's the problem to getting them to work? And they'll tell you all about it. And you ask them, so what is your solution to solve that, right? The same questions we ask for the pain. And then when you find that, then you can start offering. So, okay, great. I'm going to take this survey, but you know, I'm going to take this survey from all the people. I'm going to share with you the results from what I gathered from many of the companies. And let me ask you, would you like to solve that problem? Well, what do you mean? Well, I have a way to solve that problem for you where you can not have to worry about employees, where you can have income coming in consistently. You can have passive income. You can be able to live your life you want. Whatever their pain is, that's what I'll say. I won't say anything else. And they say, yes, great. You know what? I want to talk to you. Do you have 30 minutes? I want to show you something that will change your life. Oh no, I don't right now. Okay, well, let's schedule time. So that's one of the ways to do it. Oh, so I see that the Maca, is that you have it right now? The is
Sorry?
that where we're going in Spain?
Yes, Madrid, Spain.
Okay. So there it is, guys. So for those of you guys don't know,
Me visitan a mí.
we're gonna go visit Nenoska, okay? She's gonna be our host. She's in Madrid in Spain. Wow. So that's the next success trip, okay?
Y a
So
Karen, vamos a visitar a Karen.
yeah, we can meet. Yeah, yeah, that's right. All the different people. So guys, so who wants to go to Madrid? Anybody? Put into the chat. Okay. Okay. So we work today. Today is day one. We start working towards Madrid success trip. Okay. This is going to be another great one. We just came from Paris success trip. Okay. I just came from the Greece. I guess the theme this year is all about Europe, I guess. So Madrid's going to be a great one. Okay. Cool. So Noska, does that help you?
Sí, lo que no tengo claro es porque yo le mandé el post y ahí quedamos. Cuando ya la vuelvo a contactar, hago lo que tú me acabas de decir, pero ¿cómo vuelvo a retomar esa conexión con ella? Ahí es que me pierdo un poco.
Yeah, just say hi. It's very easy. People
Oh,
that tell you no, I have people that tell me like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't tell me about multi-level. You just go and say, hi, how are you? Hey, how is it going? You know, how's life? You know, how's work? You know, if they're on business, and then start the conversation there again. And you can ask them, say, hey, listen, can I ask you for, if you already asked for help, that's not, hey, can I ask you for help something on something? I am doing a survey across all my business friends. What are some of the successful actions and the challenges they're running into? And I'm gonna and what are solutions? So you're already telling them what you're gonna ask them. So when you ask them, if they say yes, they're gonna give you the solutions. And you can gather all this information and share. But it's a way to get in contact, and we're finding out constantly, you know, what are they paying, what's the problem, and what is a solution for it, right? Now you gather that and you can help them. All right. So good job. So now, so what are you gonna send? What's the message, Nanoska? What are you gonna send them? After hi?
pues voy a saludarla y voy a hacerle la encuesta diciendo que como me quería ayudar, quería ahondar unos datos especial para profesionales empresarios.
Excellent. Now, I now you can send it to them, or you can say, hey, you know, I'd love to do it on the phone with you if you have. It will save you time. You don't have to write anything. Or I would actually change it so I can talk with them in communication. That's actually better than just sending them a survey. I say, hey, I
Okay.
can send this to you, but you have to write, or we could just take 5, 10 minutes, you know, like 5, 10 minutes, or however much time you have, and then we can go over it. Yeah. Yeah, Magda say, hey, I was just thinking about you. Great. Awesome. Okay, Marcela, you have a question?
Gracias, Steve.
Yep.
Hola, buenos días, Steve, ¿cómo está? Buenos
Very
días.
well.
Bueno, bien, gracias. Bueno, yo tengo una base de datos de varios clientes que he reunido durante varios años porque tengo una tienda de belleza. Pero la tienda de belleza la he manejado pues por varios años, pero es muy distinto la clase de negocio de network marketing a un negocio donde yo espero que los clientes lleguen y yo los tenga que atender y yo ya sé que ya los conozco prácticamente, pero entonces me falla un poco, es como que yo normalmente sí prospecto y les hablo y de pronto sí entablo una conversación amistosa, que es lo que yo le entiendo que es como una conversación amistosa buscándole el dolor a la persona. Es después de que yo ya, ellos sí me copian, me dicen sí, está muy interesante, podemos hablar después cómo hacer seguimiento o cómo seguirlos prospectando. O sea, cuando de pronto uno ya ha tenido el error de dejarlos apagar, porque tengo una base de datos de clientes, pero los he prospectado y se me han apagado muchos. Entonces ahorita quiero volver a retomar toda esa base, volverlos a prospectar prácticamente.
Oh, got it. Okay, so what do you say to them? I'm your client. What do you say to me? So do you have a beauty store, right? You're talking about beauty products, or what kind of store?
De todo, de capilar facial, pero de varias marcas.
Oh, great. Okay. So I'm your prospect. What would you say to me? I go, hey Marcella, hey, I'm here to buy. I want that. I'm ready to buy this. Here. You know, how much is it for this hair product? And let's say you
Pero
sold me. Okay,
cualquier producto.
I paid for it already. I paid for it already. I'm ready to leave your store. What do you say to me?
Ah, para prospectarlo para Nuskin o algo así, sí.
Yeah, prospect for new skin. Yeah.
Ah, ya. Stevie, ¿cómo te fue? ¿Cómo te fue con la compra?
Uh, Wait, what do you mean? Like, no, I haven't bought new skin yet, right? I haven't bought new skin product yet. But I'm in
No,
your
con la
store,
compra
right?
que compró en la tienda. Es que es lo que le entiendo.
Oh, okay.
Bueno,
Oh, how did I like it?
yo me
Yeah,
imagino,
it works pretty good. I like it. I like the hair product. Uh-huh.
es normalmente cuando la persona va a la caja a pagar y yo estoy ahí de casualidad, yo les pregunto que cómo van, cómo han estado, cómo les ha ido. Entonces, en el momento en que de pronto veo que compraron, que están de pronto comprando cosas para un salón de belleza. Entonces yo les digo, ¿y usted conoce tal marca? Entonces me dicen, no, hablándoles pues de Nuskin. Entonces, en ese momento es donde yo cojo y les digo,
Oh, got it.
venga, yo se la muestro y lo llevo a
Okay.
la parte donde las tengo.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, I will do this. Okay, I see Magda says I want to give you a gift, and you send them and then if you do that, you can do a Vera analysis on them right now. Hey, I want to try. I'm going to show you something. I have a new technology. You take a picture with them and then now analyze it, and then it makes some suggestion. That's one way. The other way, so because you can make it hands off, put a picture right next to the counter, right there, a before and after picture. Okay, like not many pictures, like one picture of the face and one picture of the body. You have two pictures, one here, two separate pictures, and just say, ask me how. Okay. One is like a cellulite picture, whatever is attractive to the people that come to your store, you think. Okay. It could be a cellulite for the stomach. Just one before and after picture. And I say, ask me how. Another picture on the other side, a face, a before after picture for the face. Okay. A good one. Okay. That's it. And just ask me how. Leave it there. This is you're looking for people always who say, I want it. I'm looking for that solution. Because if they're asking, they're interested. Okay. So that starts a conversation. And they say, well, how do you get this? Oh, we have a new technology. Now it's easy to start the conversation. And then you can show them, but you can show them and try to close them there. Or if you don't have the time, if you don't have the time, say, hey, listen, on Monday night, I'm gonna gather a bunch of girls, and we're gonna show how this technology works. Okay, it's VIP only. We're only gonna allow a few people because I can only have a small amount of people. It's VIP. So, would you want to reserve to come on Monday night? Yes, I want. I said, listen, if you're not going to make it, please let me know because I can only handle, I'm only bringing so many people to share. So I only have a few spots. You get their commitment, right? And even if they buy right there, I would tell them, hey, we have a VIP night, okay, just for people who just purchased this, show them how this technology works and everything. You could bring a friend, but you got to let me know how many friends. Okay. Does that help you?
Sí, me ayuda, sí. Si ellos viven lejos, pues lo hacemos virtualmente.
Yeah, excellent. Far away, virtually. But you were talking to me about your store, right? In your store, when they're physically there, you should be able to
Sí,
get so many clients. And then,
ellos
yeah, and then from the store. And then I would even
Ujú.
put like a, special thing, like yeah, you can make it some type of contest where you can give away some little thing a month, like I don't know, one of the facial mask things or whatnot. Okay? All right,
Ya,
Marcella, that's great. So
gracias.
it's all about how you could get more attention to you, right? You're asking questions, you're creating curiosity about it, whether it's a picture or whatnot. Okay. All right. Gloria.
Hola, buenos días.
Hola.
Bueno, yo tengo una pregunta. Yo tengo un conocido fuera del país que, o sea, esa persona le encanta viajar, parece que está muy bien económicamente, muy cómoda, se da muchos gustos, pero yo la contacté porque yo veo que, o sea, yo necesito todo lo que ella tiene. Tiene contactos en la India, tiene contactos con médicos, tiene contactos con personas que están enfermas y que necesitan la tecnología que nosotros tenemos. Pero apenas le dije, hola, yo te necesito, ¿puedes contarme en qué trabajas? Y me contó y ahí quedamos. Entonces, ¿cómo sigo contactándola? Como, sí, yo, o sea, yo me doy cuenta que yo soy la que la necesito a ella. ¿Ah?
Okay, great. So what you ask her how's it going? Well, that's one. So what are the steps we need to do for the business when we're talking to somebody? What are some of the steps? The first one is what?
Adularla. El segundo es
Admire,
buscarle el
that's right,
dolor.
great. Admire, uh-huh.
Pero es que sí, yo veo que ella
Contact,
está súper,
admire,
súper
find the pain.
bien.
Oh, great. So now you can
Sí,
admire, right? Did you say you did it by message or you're calling them?
por mensaje.
Message, great. So you can admire. What's something you can admire about them?
Uy, lo harto que viaja y los gustos que se da
Okay,
cada vez
great.
que
It's like,
viaja.
hey, okay, message and say, hey, look, I love the way you travel, right? Okay, message that, and then so what's the next thing? How do you find the pain? What would you say?
Pero, o sea, ahí está, porque ella, o sea, supuestamente lo tiene todo, tiene un excelente trabajo, una excelente remuneración. Entonces, ahí cómo entro para buscarle qué le duele a ella, siendo que
Okay,
yo le dije que yo
so
la necesitaba a ella.
no, don't go to meet her yet, right? That's like you're skipping some steps. You need to find the pain first. You just told me the best thing to ask. So you just told me, okay, well, it looks like she has everything. What should I ask? Ask her that question. You just admire her. So how do you make that into a question? Would you make that into a question?
Me gustaría saber cómo haces para viajar tanto y estar en tan diferentes lugares.
Okay, that's good. You can definitely ask that. And then from there you can find out, right? Or you can do this. Hey, you know what? Wow, you look like you have the perfect life, right? Really admire, right? You look like you have the perfect life. You travel, you eat, you do everything. Is there anything that you're missing in your life?
Sí,
Your
está
life
buena
looks
esa pregunta.
so
Bueno, sí, yo
perfect.
sé que le hace falta a ella.
Just admire. Your life looks so perfect.
Mm.
Just talk from how you feel. Like, you were telling me that. Well, her life looks so. Just tell her, oh my gosh, your life looks so perfect. You have everything. You travel, you eat, you do this. Is there anything else missing in your life? Is there something that's like, I mean, it looks so perfect. You got to have a perfect life. Is there anything that's missing that you still like to have? Okay.
O sea, yo sé que a ella le hace falta el amor, le hace falta un compañero y lo he estado buscando y no lo he encontrado en todo su tiempo, pero entonces sí sé que me
Okay.
contestaría ella.
So, but don't tell her, let her reply. But you might find it, she might say something different. You have an idea, but sometimes they have something even deeper than that or whatever. And so let her tell you, oh, yeah, what's missing in the love of my life. Oh, great. Well, how are you going to find them? You can ask them. And then if that's not going to help you there, you can ask what else? What else is missing? Okay. There's always something missing, right? If someone says, I don't have the love in my life, I said, well, why not? You got to ask the question, well, why don't you have it? Don't just go into the solution. Why don't you have it? Well, I don't know, I think like I'm not attractive or, I get meet the wrong people. Or let's say they don't say attractive. Say, I always meet the wrong men, they're the wrong one. Oh, why do you think keep asking deeper? Why are they the wrong ones? Well, I don't know. Eventually they might say, they might get to, I wish I was prettier because it comes if she's getting rejected so many times from men or it's not working out, people lose confidence. And a lot of time they always start talking about me. What if I'm the wrong person? Right? Well, we have help for a solution. You say, hey, listen, well, what's going on? Well, maybe I'm not pretty enough. Maybe I'm not the right one. Oh, got it. I might have a solution for this. Yeah, what is it? Oh, listen, you know, we have a you look pretty. You're gorgeous. You know what's funny? Even the most beautiful women that I meet, sometimes they tell themselves they have a little doubt about how beautiful they are. It's amazing. Okay. It's amazing. So she's like, listen, you look gorgeous. Okay. But if you're feeling that way about yourself, listen, I have a technology that completely change that. Okay. It can help you. Would you be interested in looking 5, 10 years younger? Yeah. Okay. Let me show you. Right. So take the questions and you go from there. All right. Can you do that, Gloria?
Sí, eso lo puedo hacer. Pero entonces también y para decirle de la gente que yo necesito de ella, ¿se lo digo después?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, she's interested in the products, right? And then she's like, wow, this is great. You show her before and after result, etc. But from there, you can find out, right? Because when she's using it, right, you can first get her on the products. She wants to get on the product, get her on the product, and then go from there. And say, by the way, who else? This is what I would ask. She's okay, I want it. I'm interested in this. Okay, great. Let's get you the order. Hey, by the way, who else do you think would love to have more confidence and feel better about themselves? Or who can help me market this? Because I want to bring it to your city. Okay. Can you help me out with that? Right? Always give first. I give first. I give solution and I help her. And then you can get it. Okay. And you ask for it afterwards. Okay.
Perfecto.
Excellent. Okay, great. So homework today, okay? After the action part and whatnot, okay, when you go back, I want you to take 15 minutes and call the people that you haven't called. And if you say, I need to prepare something, give yourself 5 minutes to prepare, right? Whatever you're gonna say. But remember, even if you're messaging, do it with confidence, intention, and that energy will go through your messages. I'm telling you, it will go through your message. If you're like, no, it's not gonna work. Okay, look, just change your mind. What's it gonna hurt if you go, you know what? They're all gonna join me. They're gonna love this. I'm gonna help them change their life. And you send the message. Okay. If you're sending message, or if you're calling, go with energy. Be like certain. Just if you're not exact certain, pretend to be certain. Okay. So, and then write in the chat, right into the main chats. Okay. What did you guys like best? And do the review, do the homework. So guys, so now on, starting to tomorrow, make sure you're on here before 11 a.m. If you're not on here before 11 a.m., you're not going to be let into the call. So make sure your whole team knows, okay? If you're not the leader in the team, make sure you let everybody else know, hey, let's get on here before 11 a.m. Miami time. Otherwise, we're not going to let in. Now, if you fall off, sometimes we get cut off, you fall off, and we see you, we'll let you back in. Okay. But we're gonna create a whole different, we're evolving the boot camp to a whole different level. Now turn on your camera, come prepared. Okay. And let's make this, let's go, let's get ready. So we have 99 people on this call right now. We had over 100. Okay. How about let's make a commitment to let's go to Spain together. Yeah. Was it April 12th, right? Was the date I saw? April 12th to
Yes,
the
12 to 16.
12th to the 16th. Okay, let's all meet in Madrid and then hang out in Ninosca together because they have different success trips, right? Ninosca, where are you guys going for your success trips? It's somewhere else, right? So
Lo dicen mañana a las 9 de la noche hora España, dicen el nuevo destino de Europa.
okay, yeah,
Pero los lápiz
for
pueden ir
Europe,
a
yeah.
Provo gratis. Los lápiz.
Oh, that's a good deal. So yeah, they'll come here. We'll go. We have success trips all over the world. There's success trip to Korea right now. Different. So let's prepare for that. And also, I want to let you guys know. Do you know? So this convention in October, come to Provo. because next year we're not going to have a convention in Utah. So do your best to come here to the US convention, okay, for this year in October. And next year convention, we're going to see you guys in Japan. Guys, Japan. I haven't even been to Japan, okay? I fly to Japan, but I've never been there. Japan is the next global convention next year. Global. Everybody in the world is going, okay? It's going to be a Japan convention next year, okay? So you got to prepare yourself. So the goal this year, okay, I don't know, set your goal to become the highest pin title. Now, if you can become what we call Platinum Team Elite this year, it will change your life because we have the biggest bonuses this year. And I'll talk about that another day, okay? But we have the biggest bonus for Platinum Team Lead this year. Last year was $2 million bonus. Now there's $10 million bonus. And every one of you guys, if you do like what Angie did, 2,000 points every day, you're going to be Platinum Team Lead because you will attract that same kind of people. And if you haven't done that, if you haven't created all those points, don't worry. Start today. Make a decision today. Today, I am Platinum Team Elite. I'm acting Platinum Team Elite. I am Platinum Team Elite. I'm going to do the Platinum Team Elite things, and that's how you have Platinum Team Elite. Okay. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing trip. Okay. In South Africa, it's going to be really cool. For that, WJO make the South Africa trip. And you'll end up on the Madrid trip as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn it back to, is it Maka or is it Lisby right now? Lisby, okay. Lisby, you ready?
Sí, aquí estamos y bueno, ya son las 11, dijimos que íbamos también a cerrar la sala a las 11 de la mañana o pues a la hora en punto en cada país, pero vamos a hacer por lo menos una hora, un momento de acción, un hito. Y vamos, hoy el minuto de acción es que vas a publicar ya en tu estado. ¿Quién se quiere ir a España gratis conmigo? En tu estado de WhatsApp, en tu estado, en tus historias de Instagram, de TikTok, de Facebook. ¿Quién se quiere ir a España gratis conmigo? Entonces, pongamos ese mensaje ya o ya. Mi Maquita, ¿me puedes poner la musiquita?
Sí, voy. Dame un segundo.
Ahí me voy otra vez, ahí te dejo Madrid, mis rutinas de piel.
Eso. Pero con imagen, Maca. Con imagen o así.
¿La música? No, ahí. ¿Quieren que les muestre?
Bailando, ganando brillo, soy fuego que sigue quemando, sin pausa siempre avanzando, la cima me está esperando. Velocidad, adrenalina, sin frenos, pura gasolina, estoy en acción, no, me ves pero ya me fui.
Ahí, miren.
Bueno, quienes ya lo pusieron, coloquen acá, por favor.
Oh.
Listo, empezamos anuncios para diamantes azules. Bueno, listo. Un beso, un abrazo, nos vemos mañana entonces, 10 de la mañana o la hora en punto. Recuerden entrar 15 minutos antes, que se está cerrando la sala. Bye, bye.
Bye.
Gracias. Que si le responden que sí, ¿qué les dicen? Si responden que sí.
Les piden la
Por el
cita.
chat.
Veámonos y te cuento, tomémonos un café y te cuento. Chao.
Bye.